Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Ike's Outdoors. Today we're doing a product review on the Mountain Mike's Reproductions Plaque Master. And what we're going to do is we're going to transfer this 5-point over to this Plaque Master mount. And the reason we're doing that is it's just falling apart. The cover that was on here has fallen off, and I just want to do a different mount with it. So I picked up this Mountain Mike's Plaque Master. We're gonna cover it with that, and looks like it's going to be pretty easy. I've just kind of skimmed over the directions. But first, before I get going on this, I want to tell you why I'm mounting this little 5-point. For me, it doesn't matter so much about a deer's size when it comes to making it worthy of being mounted. What matters to me is the story behind the deer and the hunt that goes in with it. This 5-point I killed in Oklahoma on a ranch that my brother managed about 13 years ago, something like that. Still pretty young, and had convinced myself that I could stalk up on a deer on the ground. And some of the guys that I hunted with, some of the older guys that I hunted with, told me that it wasn't possible. Now, one guy that I hunted with named Curtis McKibben, he encouraged me quite a bit and told me that I could do it and it could be done. And if anyone could do it, it was Curtis. But Curtis believed that I could do it. Another guy that we hunted with at the time did not believe that I could do it and did not believe it could be done and believed it was just a way of scaring deer. And the best way to get me to do something is to tell me I can't. So when this individual told me that I can't stalk up on a deer and that it was a waste of time, I went out and was dead set and determined that I was going to stalk up on a deer with my bow and I was going to kill one. So this took me about 3 years to do, and I messed up a lot of times before I finally got it right. And it just happened to be the perfect scenario. What had happened was the day before, it was a Sunday, we went out hunting and I dropped my jacket on the way out and had not realized it. So Monday, I went back in there to get it because I didn't want it sitting in there all week long. So I went back to get it, and my buddy of mine that I worked with, he told me, he asked me if I was going to take my bow, and I told him no, I was just going to run and get it. And he's like, man, you might want to take your bow. So after working 8 hours as a welder, sweaty, nasty, stinky, the wind was just in the right direction. So I went over there that day about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, took my bow, and right there on the road as I was walking in, I spotted 2 does. And they were right by where my jacket was laying on the ground. So I squatted down and started putting a stalk on these 2 does. And as I was putting a stalk on these 2 does, this 5-point had come out. Now, I'd passed on this 5-point several times before out of the tree stand and had ample opportunity on him. He was passing along the road. He was going to come right to the road. There was a bend in the road that came back, and it went up like that, and he was going to pass right here. So there was briars that were about a little bit over about knee high, and I crawled on that road right to that bend and waited for him. And as he crossed the road, I knelt over on my knees, my stomach down, hiding behind those briars. I came up on my knees and pulled the shot off in about 2 seconds. Literally came up and shot and put a great shot on him. I mean, just luckily there was very little skill involved in it, but I put the shot right where it needed to be. He went about 35, 40 yards and laid over and died. So it was an awesome moment for me. It was an awesome hunt, and it was a way for me to prove to someone that I can do it, and a way for me to prove to myself that I can do anything I set my mind to. And it also was really cool because I was able to go back to Curtis, a guy whose opinion meant a lot to me, and say, I did it, you're right, and thank you for having the faith in me. So this little 5-point means a lot to me. I've got bigger deer on the wall, but this one means a lot to me. I still remember that day and that hunt as clearly as if it happened yesterday. So this little dude deserves a nice plaque and a nice place on the wall. And that's what we're going to do today, is we're going to put him on this Mountain Mike Plaque Master, which looks really easy. It doesn't look like it's going to take much at all. So first thing we got to do is get it off of this old plaque. Okay, so what I've got to do now, I'm going to drop my antlers down in here, and I'm going to position them kind of the way I want them. And then I'm going to drop this plaque, top part of the plaque, right down in there, just like that. And it's going to go just over the top like that, I believe. Maybe it's going to go underneath. Going underneath would make more sense. There we go, just like that. So we're going to drop it in there just like that, and that's going to cover everything up and make it look really nice. And what we're going to do is these slots right here, we're just going to run a hole right through there, and you can see I got to go all the way up to get mine because it's so small. Back, I've already got one started just to hold everything in place. I'm going to go ahead and bolt this thing down and tighten everything up and get it into place. And then we're going to turn around on the front and tighten the top of that plaque into place. So, pretty easy to do. Everything is already pre-drilled. I've already pre-drilled everything and got everything into position. Okay, so with that done, I'm going to take it just a little bitty, teeny tiny drill bit and drill a hole. Where are my drill bits? Right here. I'm going to use like a 16th inch drill bit or something like that and drill a hole just so I can get that screw started without much problem. Just like that. We'll take our screw, put it right there. Tighten that thing down. And that is it. Okay, so that is it for our little plaque mount. And you can see this is looks much better. Looks really, really nice. What I'm going to do probably is take just a little bit of black paint under this one right here and just fill that in so that I can get rid of that white underneath there and just fill it in with a little bit of black paint and really hide that really well. So that is the Plaque Master from Mountain Mike. It took me a total of about 15 minutes to do. It was really, really easy and absolutely looks great when you're said and done, and ought to be good and durable because it's a good solid plastic or polymer or something like that. It ain't never gonna get bad on you. It ain't never gonna rot away like the felt on that other one did, and it's gonna be a really good way to preserve your memories. This little buck like this is gonna go right back on Jacob's wall and gonna look great for years to come. I've also got the Black Forest mount up here that from the other video we did, and I got the skull mount right here from one we did last year. So these Mountain Mike reproductions look fantastic. They're super, super easy to do. This thing didn't take me no time at all. It was super easy to put together and looks really good when it's done. So definitely check them out at the link below, and you can check out the videos on this one and this one on our website or on our YouTube page here at Ike's Outdoors. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and be sure to check us out on Facebook if you want to keep up with what we're doing and watch us kill some bucks, hopefully a little bigger than this one, but as the season goes along. So appreciate you guys watching this video, and be sure to check over at Mountain Mike's Reproductions and check out these mounts. Very, very good mounts, and worth the money and very easy to do.